Ladies and gentlemen, the group chat is back. Other days you wake up to your lottery winnings of $2 that is missing the
You should be
millions.
ashamed of yourself. You know, if something is not driving you forward, at least it should leave you where you are. But this one is driving you back. This is between you and us. We're doing.
And peace out.
Hi guys.
Hi folks.
I feel like I'm screaming. Sorry for your eardrums. Or not.
It's been a minute.
Has it?
Yeah, a minute.
Okay, it depends on what your definition of minute is. Because when we're in school, it says 60 seconds, so I don't understand what you mean by. But hi, it feels so good to be back.
It's season 2, baby.
I wonder if you guys missed us. I wonder, maybe us and our 3 subscribers or 3 people that used to listen. At least, if nobody else, we know one person. Yeah. Shout out to you. Shout out to that one person that is always hounding us for not recording or not releasing for a bit. You know when they say support your friends, maybe you're starting out as a content creator or something, you have that one person that comments on your posts every time. And you're like, if I stop now, so because of you. We're back. It's so good to be back on what we call season 2. No. Apparently, is it?
It is season 2. It's not what we call it. It is what it is.
Okay,
season 2. We can have seasons.
Yeah. Let's be philosophical. Life is in phases and seasons. We've gone through a phase. Yes. Well, we're back now in a new season. Glory be to God.
Ooh. And I feel like the last season, because that is what it was. The last season, we talked a lot.
We're all agreeing with this on this.
I think most of our episodes that we're realizing how we're growing old, and then our knees was hurting, and then we're taking 10,000 steps, or we're realizing we are old by not being able to speak Gen Z. Or I just felt like last episode we were really in the adults. I feel like this season there might be some ranting.
To be very honest, yeah, it's just our reality, right? It's what we're going through. Is a season of life, and unfortunately, season 1 was not so long ago. So we're still going through it. We're still praying to win the lottery. We're still working hard to not have to work. We're still trying to figure out stuff. So
I don't know if I should confess this, but there was a day.
This is shameful. Prepare your mind.
So one of those conversations about lottery, we said, how can we constantly talk about winning the lottery without taking a step? So we bought myself and Jumoke we decided that we're going to
Please clarify. I don't do things like this. I am too much of a professional. I'm a forward thinker. I know what I'm doing with life. I am very focused in life to be doing these things that they're doing. Yes, so please clarify.
We did buy a lottery ticket. We spent $5 Anyway, we won. It was missing a couple of millions, but
What did you win? Don't be shy.
$2.
Like literally, you won $2 and lost $3.
We could have won nothing.
Your glasses are full.
I just saw an email like your winnings. I'm like, whoa! I wasn't expecting
so fast, right?
And then I saw 2, and I didn't see the million. Where was the million?
Interestingly, I was talking to someone recently, and we're talking about like this lottery, how we're all complaining that why do we have to work, capitalism and everything. And she said that she knows someone that has won the lottery 4 times. Yes, that one time the person won $1 million, and that she was now asking the man that how could you have won this many times and your life is still, how it is now. And I wondered, is it that what they say about you don't know what to do with what you don't work for?
It's possible that it could be that, but I think you also be your state of mind when you got that winning. Yeah. If you don't have any financial literacy, when you make all that winnings, it might not make that much difference.
Yeah, because I think it's the same thing with people that play sporty bets. I'm always like, what is wrong with you? Obviously, you lose more than you win in those things, right? Yeah. I'm still not canceling. Oh, Lord, if you want to send me miraculous money, I'm open to it in Jesus' name. I don't know if it's going to come through lottery because I never play. But yeah, God, have mercy.
Yeah.
Talk it.
No, we've been suffering for so long. I just realized. Did you notice any difference in the sound?
Like the microphones?
Yeah, right now. Apparently, the sound was imbalanced. Something wasn't sounding right. Oh well.
It sounded I
It
don't know the
sounded clear.
difference.
It sounds better now. We're riding it because we are not person to actually hear it. So we're kind
Yeah,
of
because we
hoping.
told you guys from the beginning, right? Like you get everything like with this
Yes,
podcast.
the good, the
So
bad.
hopefully it's
So,
not so bad. It's not horrible. How are you guys listening to us, and how are you? Let us know if you're okay.
we
Only
actually
if you're okay, please. Don't come with me with financial problems. I can't help you.
no, we actually want to hear. We might not be able to send you money or something, but tell us what you're feeling. Tell us how you are. Maybe it's something to talk about. We can motivate you. And
Oh
sometimes,
yeah, I think last season we concluded that we're wise.
yeah,
There's some level of wisdom going on
exactly,
here. So
exactly.
yeah. So I take that back. Tell us your problems.
Tell
We can
us,
help you
tell
out.
us.
Oh, how? Oh, the word. Okay.
How
How
are
are
you?
you? I
Okay.
asked first.
Okay, so how am I? I'm actually fine, but it's just that you see, these few months I've been through it. Life has lived. I'm going to spare you people all the details, but life has
Yeah.
lived.
I remember reading your newsletter. By the way, you should check her out on Instagram. Even though she posts once in a blue moon. So I read that and I'm like, life is life, and to be very, very honest. And see, this is us saying that we don't want to complain about adulthood. Our back at it is amazing. Life is.
They said, you know, when you think that adulting is everything is smooth and then some periods, no, it's not occasional issues. It's multiple issues dealing with
Constantly
different
happening.
things at the same time.
Yeah, but even if you take a step back, even in those serious series, multiple bads, there's still good coming on. Because that's the only way you can keep going and not lose your mind, right?
Yeah. And sometimes maybe the good is the people around you, and so at least you can feed off their goodness and hope that
One day food will happen
one
to you.
day
Is that they say, God, I see what you did for my neighbor. It means you're in my
you never
neighborhood.
would.
I'm expecting His Holy Spirit. The past months, as people can hear, I'm panting. It's adulthood. And we said we're not going to complain about. I apologize. Last season, I remember we were talking about fitfam.
How is
That didn't
going?
go as planned, and not just for me, for everybody.
Yeah, I checked my weight yesterday.
They've said that once you clock that, your metabolism slows down, so it's
Reduces,
downhill.
there's-
I was,
When
I was asking Jumoke recently to that, how is our own fit farm? Because it seems like, not that it seems like, we know that our fit farm are accidents. So like, we give God all the glory, we try again next time. Because she had subscribed to this group weight loss thing, just like I did as well, but the money will come back.
Yeah.
We'll recoup it in other ways in Jesus' name. That's why I'm part. I went for a party recently and I saw women in their like late 40s and they're looking very snatched. I'm like, God, please.
I started getting back on track. I've started going back to the gym. I've gone swimming 2 weeks in a
Proud
row.
of you.
We are not doing as much
I've
snacking.
not checked my weight in a bit.
It was almost okay actually. She saw the scale and she was like, "Oh, let's check her weight." And then she weighs 19.5 kg by the way.
Look at
In
God.
case you do not know what your child weighs. And
I think last time that I checked for her, I was 18. There was one of our classmates that went for her birthday party and another parent were talking about the kids and what they were eating and everything. And she was like, that our daughter weighs 26 kg. I'm like, what's going on here? Is it that I'm not doing enough? She should have crossed over 20. And I was tempted to actually Google what the average
Average
weight should be for 5-year-olds. But I'm like, if I find out, then I'll start stressing about it that she's underweight. But I know that she's healthy, so
you see where you said I was going to Google. We've basically switched the word search for Google. But the thing is, the world has now changed to the point where we turn to AI.
that is a conversation that we're having today, to be honest. I feel like I've said to be honest multiple times. But yes, that's how we are. Hope you guys are good. And we keep moving. One day at a time.
Funny enough, today somebody actually asked me a question. What does taking each day at a time look like?
What does it look like? It looks like waking up,
Some days
trying to plan your day, and accepting whatever comes up along the way. Because sometimes the most plan you have for your day is, I'm going to wake up early, try to get ready for work early, go to work, try to do work, come back, hope nothing crazy happens, and rest, or live to fight another day. Other days you might have other things planned for the day. Oh yeah, I'm going to go swimming and go to the gym.
Other days you wake up to your lottery winnings of $2 that is missing the
You should be
millions.
ashamed of yourself. You know why you should be ashamed? You are losing money. I don't understand. You know, if something is not driving you forward, at least it should leave you where you are. But this one is driving you back.
No, but think about it. The most likely thing that would have happened is no winnings at all. But imagine waking up to a winning on a random day that you're really expecting.
I like how you're saying it as a half full glass situation, because you're calling it a winning when actually you lost $3, but it's okay.
I won $2
and lost $3.
Please, I am not recommending lottery to anybody.
If anybody buys a lottery ticket and loses $3, blame it on Desola. In any case, you had mentioned the AI thing, and today we're just talking about community and why it's important for us to have the conversation. Is like in your last newsletter, you talked about how life is, just happening, and sometimes it's difficult for you to pick yourself up and keep going. You have to rely on other people, right?
Yeah.
There are times that you're going through stuff and you're able to handle it by yourself and keep on going. There are other times that you cannot handle it by yourself. So, you have to actually rely on people. And the term that we use these days is community.
Yeah.
I feel like in the olden days, and when I say olden days, God, I beg, I don't even know when the olden days were. Like before today,
yesterday, I was in the mood for the music. More 8. You remember More 8 record?
Yeah.
So music from that generation. And I was realizing that.
Say generation. What do you mean generation?
But that's why I was realizing that. Wow, this is actually music from a different generation.
That's true, actually. Anyway, when I say olden days, I mean that the day that is not today. So it could be yesterday, olden day, right? It doesn't mean like it's old, because again, I'm a young girl, right? Okay. But then before, we didn't used to say community, right? It just felt like, normal.
Because it was normal for us growing up.
Yeah. But nowadays, people are conscious about trying to build your community, whether it's community for mothers or for singles or for men or for women. Community. So yeah, we're like, we should talk about it. What you're feeling like, when they used to say, or I think they still say, it takes a village to raise kids and everything, and then growing up you'll have the so-called village. Do you think we still have things like that now?
I think the world has changed a lot, but beyond the world changing, I think my own reality to change. Like when I was growing up, I felt like there was always a point where there was, maybe not always a point, but there were people around. Also, we're lots more children. I mean, I have 3 siblings. Now, I'm assuming, maybe
I have 7
let
siblings,
me not say many, but I feel like our generation, people have like fewer children and people up not to have children at all. So I remember playing a lot with my brothers, and it's also having uncles in the house or aunties. I was always excited when my uncles came to visit. But one thing that I remember the most is things like, say we forgot to go to school with our key. And this was at a time when we didn't even have cell phones. We were sorted before our parents had to get back home. Or we found a way to reach our parents. If it's to go to a neighbor that would then call our parents. And yesterday, I forgot my key. And
have you found that, by the way?
I found it. So I forgot my key and I didn't have any neighbors else to go to say, let me hang around. Do you understand? I don't know what our neighbors look like.
You're such a bad person. I don't know them either, but this one is a bad person. No, I know one of them. I know I got invited to a ladies' night by our neighbor. So I'm a good neighbor.
I don't know what our neighbors look like, and that is something. I know that I'm not exactly a people person, but things like that will make you realize that
there's a problem.
Yeah,
it's actually a bigger problem than we're acknowledging.
Yeah, it is. Maybe university wasn't exactly like that.
I feel like even then we never did
maybe
cultivate relationships.
Maybe beyond school, but we're cordial enough. I know we would.
It was mostly hi because again,
but at least there was that effort.
Yeah, but our living situation then meant that would always
you had to share. You
always see them
cross.
Exactly.
So it's like when you now get to that point where your path is not crossing, you don't even make the extra efforts because that's the reason I don't know what they look like. Because maybe time I'm going out, they're indoors. The time I'm coming in, have you ever considered just going to knock to be like, "Hi, I'm your new neighbor. Just introduce yourself."
I feel like it would be weird.
I think we need to bring that back because I think about how it carried me when I was much younger. It's those little things like forgetting the key, and there are
Yeah.
people that you know that okay, I can stay with them, or at least they can help me find a way to get my parents.
First off, just like the way that we knew community to be, do you think that maybe immigration also contributed to our current reality? Just right now thinking about the example of when we were in uni, I think it has to do more with our personality because we weren't really intentional about cultivating this community that we kind of grew up to know or that we enjoyed where we were. So maybe our parents knew something that we didn't know,
You know,
or we don't know.
speaking of that, I actually had a conversation. Okay, today's Thanksgiving in Canada. By the time you're listening to it, it is not Thanksgiving. Okay, whenever you listen to this,
Happy
just we
Thanksgiving.
recorded
We're
this on
thankful every day.
we recorded this on Thanksgiving Day, and so I try to use long weekends for days I catch up with people I've not spoken to. So that's my new routine now because I have a lot of family here, and if you haven't realized from season 1, I am not very people-y. So long weekends are my people-in days. So yeah, I reached out to.
But to be honest, we should give you credit for that. Like, it shows intentionality.
So I called one of my uncles, and this was actually the first time that we were talking on the phone. So I was like, oh, that I was really glad that he's hearing from me, that, you know, these are generations, like, because he's very family oriented. He's always.
And you see, that statement of being family oriented, that's why I said maybe our parents knew something that we
don't.
Because these days, everybody is like, oh, me and my nuclear family, me and me alone.
Yeah.
I don't have to care about any other person. But I feel like our parents were more intentional, more
yeah.
family oriented.
Yeah.
In the sense of creating the communities that they could rely on at the time. And it's funny how most of them didn't even really need it as much as we need it now, right?
Yeah.
Because now everybody's hustling, you're working, but somehow we just find a way of saying, I'm going to have to figure it out myself. Because I remember when Montaka was going to start school, one of the things that bothered me so much was like school here closes 2:40, 3:20 in the afternoon. And at that time, my day is still going at work. Dad is still busy at work. So what happens? What would... And I remember I used to ask my friends that, how do you guys do that? They figure it out. So here, maybe one parent is working remotely, or you have to do, if both parents are not working remotely, then you have to do after school care.
Yeah.
When I found out I couldn't, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good. But I'm like, the example you used before, if it was back home in Nigeria, you always had someone in the house for the child to go home to, or you have a next door neighbor that's maybe they have grandma in their house, so your child can stay there while you work, and after work you can go pick up your child. But we don't have any of that now. Well, maybe not. Maybe let's not generalize. Maybe some people still have it.
Maybe some people still. There's
you guys, let's know if we're the bad people. If it's bad people.
No. Okay, even beyond us, beyond our personalities, I think even the way the world is set up now, so you have to make efforts to actually see people. Before, if you want to get groceries, you have to go to the markets. And then when you go to the markets, you interact with people. At least the culture I'm from, you interact with people, even things like haggling price. Now, you go to a store, everything is already as a price tag. You're not discussing with anybody.
Have what they call self-checkout.
Do you understand? You don't even have to talk to the cashier because you can do self-checkout. And even beyond all that, you can even order your groceries online. So you don't
deliver to your door. You don't even need to go to the door.
You don't even need to see the delivery guy because you can just leave a note, just leave it at my door. And then the guy comes, you see it in your ring camera that he has dropped it.
a big problem.
You see that in the ring camera has dropped it. When
this
it leaves,
ring,
you then go out there. And then you then go out to pick it up.
We have such a problem. So, to be honest, this ring example you just gave, you remember the day those people came? We're in the house, not that we're not in the house. We're watching people at our door. And coincidentally, we're not even in the same, you were in your own room, I was in my room.
Yeah.
And we were still seeing them. And this was were doing the same thing, just waiting for them to leave. That is how much we did not want to interact with people. That's so bad.
Yeah. And with ChatGPT now, I'm hearing that people are using AI for companionship. They have bot boyfriends and bot girlfriends.
See, that is one of the weirdest things ever. I think I said it on the podcast before too that I was slow to start using. Yeah. But how that AI is whether intentionally or unintentionally, become a part of everybody's
Everybody's
lives.
lives, yeah.
You open your laptop in the morning to start work. You have your emails opened. You have maybe you
Copilot.
have a working tool.
My own is Copilot. As I'm opening, so the regular tools, when I open my work laptop, I open Teams, I open Outlook, I open my File Explorer, I open my browser, and I open Copilot. Those 5 things are
You have
standard. And
ChatGPT.
okay, on Spotify.
AI open. Can you imagine? You have one variant of AI open, not because you need it at that time.
Yes, so that
just
when
because
when I'm ready.
you already anticipate to need it
Yeah.
during your day.
Yeah.
That is how dependent we are. There's something I saw that the guy was like that we created phones to connect with people that were far off from us, but now it's taking us far off for people that are even close to us. I'm
Seriously,
like, oh,
yes,
yeah,
because sometimes you have some questions. You can be like, okay, this person should know better about this. I can ask somebody about it, right? Now, because I can easily find information, I don't bother to think to ask somebody.
Do you
So
think
it's-
that it's because you feel like I just thought about
you don't want to
AI?
look stupid.
No, well, there's that, but like maybe AI seems like a wider net
so
of knowledge.
Yeah. But I think it's also one of the downsides. It's definitely ruins human interaction.
Okay.
Because sometimes it's not even about the question you're asking. It's just that interaction.
Yeah,
And now
because otherwise you wouldn't have spoken to that person.
Anyway. And if from asking a question, you probably chat about something else, and that's how you build relationships, right? But now, if I don't have any reason to talk to anybody, especially for someone like us,
This is bad. It's because we think that we don't have any reason to talk to. Because you feel like, oh, I have everything that I need. If I don't have it, I can Google it. I can ask the AI. I can figure it out. Do I grieve or do I miss, especially now living like in this environment and having a child? Yeah, maybe I miss like the I'm tempted to say olden days, but you guys get shocked. Like those days when our parents cultivated, because it's very intentional.
it was
They showed up, and that's why we could make statements like, "Oh, my father is very family oriented."
You remember? So let me tell you what Christmases used to be like when I was growing up. I think I've said it before. Every Christmas we would cook. Not just us. Everybody in the neighborhood. Everybody will cook in their individual homes
And
then
send food.
And then we'll pack food in small packages. Food maybe with drinks, with juice or something. And then you take it to different people's homes. Those other people's homes too will bring food to you. Most times it's even the same food. Everybody's bringing. So you have different types of jollof rice. Some people add moi and chicken. But those are the things that actually build community then, because we would cook and then we share with everybody, and then we as children we collect money when we go to the people's house. So we knew the people that used to give you the most money. When our parents are telling us, okay, you go to the person's house, you'd be like, no, I want to go to this person's house. Because these guys will give you more money. Today's Thanksgiving. I spent half of the day in my room. And the funny thing, when I was reaching out to all my people, somebody said, this, what are you doing today? I hope you're not hiding out in your room. And I laughed. I'm like, I am hiding out in my room.
As usual, what else would I be doing?
It was hunger that took me out of the room.
But there are people that are actually going out like Thanksgiving to spend time. So maybe some part of what we're talking about has to do with our own personality.
Yeah, definitely.
But I also think that beyond us just being bad people generally,
the world makes it ezy for us.
Yeah.
Because I think it's already a problem that we have, and then the resources that we now have now makes it very easy.
Why do I need people? Why do I need to go?
So we probably need to work on ourselves.
Yeah, but I don't think that. And again, when I say bad, that we're bad people, or this is a bad person, I'm a bad person, you guys get the drift. Like, it's not like we're horrible people or bad people, right? But beyond us being, will I call introverts, or like just wanting to be in our own space, I think is also true for many people. Community is not the way it used to be. Maybe we still try. Some people are more intentional. Yeah, that's probably how I should put it. Maybe we are less intentional than the other people, because I still see like people that I know on Instagram that even on Thanksgiving they have family gatherings and things like that. But yeah, another thing I think of is I feel like in these olden days, and you guys, I'm putting air quotes, olden days that we're talking about, our parents probably didn't have the kind of fears that we have now. And our parents probably didn't have to deal with the kind of crazy that the world is right now, right?
Okay.
So as much as it's important for us to build community, and just by the word community, I would like to think that it means like-minded people, people like that are like you and you can probably trust. Because it was easy for our parents to send us to take food to those people's houses because they weren't worried that, oh, it will get shut down, or you get lured into the house and get molested or something. So it wasn't conscious thought for them to say, oh, my child was going to get in trouble if I sent him to stay with this person until I got back from work. But now that's what we have to deal with in this generation.
But is it true though? At that time, there wasn't social media. Things were not as public. Is it possible that things were actually happening?
Yeah.
We just didn't know because it wasn't happening around us. But now that we have social media, I feel like it's possible that the advent of social media has actually made the fear more exactly. It has magnified it because I think those things were probably happening then, but it wasn't happening around you. You weren't seeing anything about
And
it.
maybe
you could trust people, but now because something happens in Timbuktu and you're here in Canada, and so you've added another extra layer of fear.
Honestly, because you see something on social media and you're like, this is not remotely close to you, right? But at the back of your mind, you now know that it's a possibility. So you are actively working to prevent that. And something I was going to say too was maybe we knew, when I say we now, like millennials, were aware of some of these things that were happening, and those are the things that shaped us to become the way that we are now.
So some people probably experienced it and then decided that
no, if my parents were oblivious to this,
I will not be oblivious to this.
I mean, ultimately, so that it doesn't seem like we're just crying about community development. Absolutely, having a community is fantastic, because I agree that it's harder to live life on your own, right?
I think so.
Than having, and what kind of brought that to mind was like in your newsletter, and how having someone to share your burdens with, or someone to help you, or you need something from the store. Say you need banana. Ooh, speaking of banana, I told my husband to buy apple, but not add banana. Anyway, instead of driving all the way to the store or ordering banana, somebody else that is going that way lives close to you, or even pepper, right? Like it was pepper season a couple months back, and I didn't have to go all the way to the north to go source for pepper because somebody else that is my friend was going to source for pepper anyway. I'm like, oh babe, please let me buy. Right? That's one of the advantages of having community as well. So as much as possible, we acknowledge that the world is crazier than it used to be.
It's much easier to not have a community.
Right. That is the way to put it. Actually, is you have 1,000,001 reasons why you don't want to actively cultivate a community, but we also know that it's very important to have a community because you can't do life, on your own. There are times that you're weighed down. There are times that it just feels like you can't keep going, and you just kind of need someone to steady you and keep you sane.
One of those things that even drove the newsletter the other time. So it was a conversation that I had with a friend multiple times. One of our friends went through a really dark phase, and sometimes when I'm trying to catch up with her, that's one thing she kept saying over and over, that she cannot discount how having a group of friends, the ones that were around, the ones that are checking in, like she cannot discount how much that helped. I mean, if you notice, there's a part where I put what you would rather have is not to be in that situation, because the honest truth is there's really nothing we can do to change what happened, right? So sometimes you cannot change what happened, but at least just knowing that there are people that are there for you, that they will cry with you, that will rejoice with you if it's a joyful thing. Because
it's good that you mentioned that, because we make community seem like taking.
When something good happens to you, you want to call somebody, to tell somebody about this thing. So it's also having people to share share joys with. That community thing was building up for me. It started with my cousin's wedding, and then my family. I was seeing people that I haven't seen in years, but it was so exciting. My heart was very full. That weekend was very exciting for me.
I figured, I was looking at the post of like, this madam is in family heaven.
Yes, I was. My heart was full. It was just so beautiful. And then the thing happened, and the community thing just kept ringing. Community. And then that's what we were talking.
I feel like even in our day-to-day lives, we discount how important even us just being together is
Yeah,
having community, right?
Yeah.
Because there are times that I'm not get stressed and I'm like, go and meet your mom one day. Please, day. Yeah, I'm a child, but it doesn't mean that I'm your only mother. Don't stress me. Go somewhere else.
You know the funny thing? I saw someone post it, she was like, our child is only she's not calling anybody that is not mommy. This person's auntie, this person. I'm like, hey, yeah, I cannot relate because
Sorry for you.
I'm too involved in this girl's life to not be mommy.
Sorry for you.
I'm not auntie. From pregnancy, you remember when Jumake and I were fighting for mommy 1A, mommy 1B?
So even when we say that we don't build community, we still try small. We have our
try.
own. It
So
might not be elaborate.
Yeah.
But we have,
So I
we
think
have
that-
those we consider community as well.
Yeah. But it's just that we've also moved around. When we were in Abuja, it was fun. But now that as you keep moving away,
The
you
need for
more. You
creating new communities.
And I'm going to say, when I moved to the UK and then I was in a new environment entirely, and I look at one of the friendships that I've made. I've gone to visit our country. I've met our sister. I've met our niece. I've met other people through art. So
We are building community. You guys, we should give ourselves credit. Maybe not as much as we grew up to know. But yeah,
But
we
the
have our
little-
own. And for what is worth, we can be more intentional in
yeah,
building even more community. Like you said, like just knowing your neighbors. It's true.
as simple as that.
I know if I see our right neighbor, if I see their mom and their dad, I will know them. If I see their children, there's no way I'm knowing them. Our left neighbor on the other side, I don't know anybody in the household. And I feel like this is a shade to them. But I remember when we were moving in fact, the day that we got the keys, coincidentally, our right neighbors were moving in at the same time as well. So they had come to drop some stuff over. And when they parked like in front of the garage, I went there to say hi. We introduced ourselves, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that they're moving into a week after us, but they were dropping stuff over, right?" So we said hi, and after that, they were warm. And they're older. They're older couple, an older couple, but they were warm towards us. They greeted us, and that's how we know them, right? And how we're able to. But the other people on the other hand, we were standing at the door. I remember that day. My husband and I were standing at the door for like some minutes, and we were talking. And apparently they were in the house, so they could hear our voices. And I think someone had opened the door and closed it. Yes, I remember someone had opened the door and closed it, went back in without even saying hi or anything. And then after, the guy drove out from his garage, and the way he just drove away, so then I remember them.
So that left an impression.
Yeah, I'm like, how bad can it be?
Like,
You were hearing voices, you opened the door, closed the back, and since then we've never been chummy. Like, if I even saw them, I don't know what they look like. But yeah, all in all, we acknowledge the importance of community, and we promise to do better. And we know that we're not the only ones on this seat, so you guys should do better
we're
too.
calling all of us out,
Yeah.
ourselves included.
As much as possible. Yes, be careful, because again, the world these days
The
is
word
crazy.
what it is, yeah.
It's wild. So be careful, but also be intentional about pouring into people and building the kind of people that you want around you. Because the day will come that you will need, that community.
Yeah.
And if you've not been intentional about building it, cultivating it, when that day comes, there's nobody to call upon.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's all do better together, and it feels so good to be back.
We probably should set a goal, because it's very easy to talk about these things and do nothing about it. But we should set a goal, and then maybe in we'll give ourselves a time period, and then we'll come back to tell you what exactly we have done to build community.
You guys, I'm rolling my eyes. Because to be honest, I'm not in a community building space of mind right now.
Oh, not just even building communities, maybe just being more charming. Okay, so let me say why I said this, because I was talking to an older person in church. There was one day she was like, she took the bus, and then she was trying to interact with the person. It was like everybody at their ears plugged and all of that. So maybe make an effort, maybe instead of ordering that grocery, maybe actually go into the store and then strike a conversation
Or even
with
like
somebody.
in the church that you mentioned, instead of closing from church and leaving immediately, rushing
maybe
out,
stay for
say hi.
just say hi to someone.
And our church is very big on it because that's why we have coffee, we have cookies after service. So they encourage you to make friends.
They encourage you to say, they always say it's like, say hi to somebody that you do not know.
But you're coconut head. You never do it.
So
we just want to. I think I'm used to that thing from like growing up back home too. After service like this, my dad and my mom will be in church talking to other people. Hey, wait. Immediately they say, I felt like this, I'm in the car. Straight. We'll go wait for daddy in the car.
It was something like that for me, but the thing is, it wasn't just me that had to wait in the car for the mommy and daddy. There are like a couple of other families. So we bonded over that. So even though we ran out we still had friends. I feel like maybe when we were much, at least for me, when I was much younger, there was a bit more willingness.
But we'll do better. We are all promising.
Someday we'll come and tell you.
I don't know, including you, listeners, right? Because we know that you two, you are having the same challenge right now. So we're all promising to do better.
Let's do this. Before the next episode, we will tell you one thing.
That's
one thing we did.
That's too soon. That's too soon. But yeah.
Soon. Okay.
Before the next episode. That's too soon.
It's too soon before the next episode.
I'm not in a community meeting. I take that back. If you open your mind to it, the opportunities will come. So, yeah.
It could be something as saying going to the next about that you don't talk to actually say hi to them. Like,
I'm not going to do that.
We never met. But
I'm not going to do that.
It's Thanksgiving, Today is a good day.
I'm not going to do that.
I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving.
No, I'm not going to do that.
All right. We'll come back to you.
Let's circle back. Exactly. Let's circle back to this. But do better. Be more intentional about building your community. It's so nice to be back. So nice to be back. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode as much as we've enjoyed filming it. Hope we learned.
You said filming. What did you film?
Recording it rather. No, I'm speaking it into existence. Okay. Soon we'll start filming and you guys can see. I'll probably not see how we look currently. Maybe then we'll make an effort. Yeah, thanks guys for joining us.
Thank you, and as usual, please come follow us and say hello to us on social media. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok. This season we'll do better.
So we're more intentional about
so come building.
Because you see, we have to be intentional about building the community online.
Exactly.
So they can reach out to us.
Yeah, we want to build a community with you. So please reach out to us. And we drop episodes every other week. So see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye. Thank you for hanging out with us.
We drop new episodes every other Sunday, so make sure to follow or subscribe wherever it is you get your podcasts.
We'd love to hear from you. So give us a like, follow, comment, DM on Instagram or TikTok.
Until next time.
Bye.